Hello everyone, it's James Braithwaite, Physiotherapist here at the offices of Braithwaite Physiotherapy in Toronto, and as you can see, it's only 6 o'clock right now. It's getting dark here in Canada already, so the wrath of Canada is upon us. Winter is here, but we're going to talk about something a little bit more interesting than that, and that is hip flexor issues. And the reason I want to talk about this is I had a case today in the office of an athlete, a dancing athlete, an Irish dancer actually, who and if you've ever seen Irish dancing, you know they have a lot of lifts and a lot of kicks in the dance, and that can cause a lot of stress on the muscles that flex the hip. A prominent one of those muscles is called the psoas, and if you're a runner, or as we said, a dancer, or any one of a number of other sports that require a lot of hip flexion, soccer players, even hockey players get a lot of problems with their psoas muscle. You might, if you play any of those sports, you might have heard of this. The issue can manifest as pain on hip flexion or kicking or even running, and also manifest as low back pain. Sometimes this is tightness in this muscle is a cause of low back pain because the muscle, while it starts on the inside of your pelvis here, it comes all the way up through the abdominal cavity and attaches on the lumbar spine vertebrae. So tightness or spasm or any kind of problem there can manifest in the low back as well. So I had this client in who was complaining of pain on those types of kicking action, and what we did was some soft tissue releasing and stretching for this athlete, and I'm going to show you how to do that on your own at home too, right now. So the first thing that you're going to need is a ball. This is a soft tissue release ball. You can use a tennis ball, you can use a squash ball, you can use a baseball. Well, a baseball, yeah, baseball, why not? Any ball, you pick your ball. Something about this size though, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to grab a weight. I'm going to use a 10-pound dumbbell. You don't have to use a dumbbell. You can use a glass bottle full of water, anything that sort of suits your fancy, okay? You're going to lie down on your couch or your bed or whatever it is that you have that you can get yourself into this type of position. You're going to line yourself with the edge of the thing that you're on. So I'm right up against the edge of my table here, and I'm going to find the edge of my pelvis by looking on the front side of my my pelvis and looking for that bony prominence, and mine's right here. It's a really bony sort of part. We all have that. You're going to go to the inside of that and down, okay, about an inch. And you're going to like sort of poke around for tender spots. Once you find your tender spot, and it should feel like the same tender spot that flares up when you do your kick, you're going to place the ball there and then the weight on top of the ball, just like that, and apply the pressure downwards so that you can maintain the pressure. And then you're just going to drop your leg off the edge of the table, right? And you're going to lift up and down. You can also bend your knee if you like. So you're just applying that pressure. And going up and down with the ball over that tender spot. Go 10, 12 times. And then relax. Okay, and you would do sort of 3 sets of that. And that's a common muscle releasing technique, and we've done videos on this type of releasing technique before, never on the psoas muscle. It's all about applying pressure to the belly of a muscle, and then the action part, in my case the hip flexion, is about moving the muscle underneath that pressure. It's a massage technique when it comes down to brass tacks. So there isn't one method that you can use to do that sort of soft tissue release on that psoas muscle. You can try it on your own. If you have any questions about it though, of course it's always a good idea to come and get instructions from a professional, maybe like myself. You can always give me a call on that one. I'm going to show you a stretch though before we sort of sign off on this video. A great stretch for that psoas muscle and some of the other hip flexors as well is to come into a lunge position like this with your knee on the ground. Okay, so you're going to come into this type of a position. You're going to get your other leg way out in front of you, and you're going to, with a straight back, lean forward into that lunge position, and you will feel that stretch across those hip flexor muscles. You're going to hang out there for a couple of minutes. With my stretches, I always like to be in them for a couple of minutes. None of this sort of 1-2 skip a few stuff, not even 10-20 seconds, minimum 30 seconds, preferably 2 minutes, okay? So once you've been in that position for a couple of minutes, what you're going to do is you're actually going to apply pressure or tension through that muscle by lifting that back knee off the ground. See how I'm lifted? I'm going to hold that for 7 to 10 seconds and then release again, and then sink just a little bit further into my stretch, right? So I can go a little bit further. It's called contract, relax stretching, right? So I'm contracting the muscle by lifting my knee up, holding for 7 to 10 seconds, and then releasing down and just sinking a little bit further into the stretch. Do 3 to 5 cycles of that. So that's a great stretch for your hip flexor muscles. You got that soft tissue release technique that you can try as well. So give those two things a shot if you have any sort of what you suspect is a psoas problem. If you're unsure, always check with a professional. None of these things are going to wreck you, so you can try them without too much fear of major damage. And as always, I'm here to answer your questions on this or any other injury. James Braithwaite of Braithwaite Physiotherapy. I look forward to hearing.